Welcome back to Ferocious Education, this is Ed. Today we're going to be talking once more about Ideanomics, going with the ticker IDEX. Now in this video here, I'll be covering new updates relating to this one, technical analysis, and what I think about this stock. If you want to skip towards the technical analysis part, you can do so by going to the comments section. The pinned comment has the exact time where the technical analysis kick in. So without further ado, let's jump right into this one. So I covered this one before, my last video is in the description below if you'd like to watch this one, but let's jump right into today's news. So first off, I do want to take a quick look into their presentation, just to highlight a couple more things that we might be interested in. Usually they do keep a slide relating towards some of the upcoming basically PRs, etc. or milestones. So some of their latest acquisitions, including the US Hybrid. The US Hybrid has pioneered clean transportation technologies for more than 20 years. It's American-made with zero-emission products, reliably demonstrate proven power-to-rain technologies and DC-DC converters, which possess high-efficiency ratings and fast dynamic responses capabilities. We already completed the Medicae, and then over that as well, the Wave, which is really interesting. It's basically wireless charging for vehicles. Now, we've already seen that technology with phones, AirPods, etc. And you also have the Meg Center. That was the center of attention for a lot of months. Tree Electric, not the most famous of their companies that they hold, but nonetheless, it's a Malaysian EV makers with a strong focus on electric scooters if you haven't seen that. And Solid Track, I do have a bit more news about this one, but they have a range of 100% battery powered tractors, and it's the leading in transition to zero emission agricultural and utility operations within the best in class technology for a safer, cleaner, and healthier future. Energica, we covered that one before. It's basically again another EV zero emissions technology relating towards Italy Motors Valley. Basically, they do have different vehicles underneath there. And then you got the Silk EV. This is an Italian engineering and design services. And this one here has recently partnered with FAW to form a new company, Silk FAW, and is attracting top industry talent to produce fully electric luxury vehicles for the Chinese and global automaker or auto markets from the heart of Italy's Motor Valley. Now, another thing we do have here is their ecosystem and shared services platform relating towards, well, all of them actually. And you get to see under components, you have the US Hybrid, under commercial EV, under tractors, you have Solid Track, truck and specialty vehicles, you got Medicae, business and city buses and coaches, you got also Medicae, 2 and 3 wheels, you got basically as motorcycles, ATVs, and tuk-tuks, you got Tree Electrics and Energica, and in terms of energy services relating to charging and storage, you got Wave. So they basically have covered almost all bases relating to that. You also have, in terms of the Fintech or Ideanomics capital, you have Timius, which we already covered that before, but again, this is a cornerstone of Ideanomics capital. It's basically a seamless experience, provides an unparalleled real estate transactions experience that makes managing every step simple and stress-free. And you got Dbot, which is an alternative trading system that brings the best practices of capital markets to the small cap marketplace, promoting capital growth, investors' confidence in liquidity and transparency. And you got Technology Metal Markets, which is TM2. Technology Metal Markets, TM2, is a London-based digital commodities issuance and trading platform for technology metals, including those used for EV battery production, energy storage systems, and solar cells. It builds a critical connection to secure the future for a clean tech and EV industry. You also have Liquify. Liquify provides a tokenization and investor onboarding SaaS platform for institutional assets owners. Through its platform, illiquid assets can be traded on the exchange, have a fractional ownership, and access global investors. All with automated compliance. Liquify is a pioneer as the first firm to tokenize real estate and a VC fund in Asia. And they also possess a very strong quarter with a revenue of $32.7 million, with a revenue growth over the last 5 consecutive quarters, with a gross profit of $10.8 million at a margin of 33.1%. The current cash is $356 million, which in result is around a third or fourth of their entire market cap, and the tax benefits of $12.6 million. Now, in terms of the earnings summary, you get to see a really nice increase in earnings, especially in revenues from quarter over quarter. Quarter 4 was around 11.1 million. Quarter 1 was around 32.7. Now, the current gross profits is around 10 times more than the last quarter and around, well, I'd still say 10 times more than the last 4 quarters combined. In terms of their general increases, etc., you get to see that the net cash here used in operating activities is positive as of March 31st, 2021, compared to a -1 year over year. Now, the net cash used in investing activities, of course, that's been a lot more. It's negative, and that's acceptable. And the net cash provided by financing activity, that's $273 million compared to only $7 million. You get to see an insane amount of cash included in their overall activities. And if we were to look into some of the latest news, now SolidTrack, you might have thought, hey, they already acquired this. Well, you're right. But now they acquired the remaining 78.6% of the fully diluted cap for SolidTrack, and now Ideanomics owns 100% of this company. Now, the California-based company, we already went over it, was founded in 2012, yada yada, tractors, fully utility vehicles ranging from 25 to 70 horsepower for use in variety agricultural and utility operations. Now, also, we have the other one here, which is acquisition of US Hybrid. Already gone through who they are. And another one here, which they set to join the Russell 3000 Index, which keenly focused on the intersection of innovative commercial electrical vehicles and fintech opportunities. And basically, the idea for this one is that Russell 3000 inclusion, which also means automatic inclusion to the large cap Russell 1000 and 2000 index was, well, appropriate growth and value style indexes. Those ones are seen to be more of a cornerstone for stabilization of stock prices. Before moving on forward, if you'd like to see more contents like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button on the bottom right. There's also a bell notification button on there. If you don't believe me, go check it and make sure to click that. Also, drop a like to this video to help the channel grow. And if you would like to discuss things more, you can click show more, join my Discord, totally free. It's just an easier place to get me there. Just make sure when you go in there, join the trading floor and just at me with whatever questions you have. Now, in terms of institutional buyers, what you're seeing here is that it's been a bit quiet. There's not been a lot of activities in June, and that's fine. Sometimes institutions have more of colder investments months and hotter investments months. That's completely acceptable from our point of view. And in terms of insiders, we don't see much activity either, and that is fine. Now we can take a look quickly in terms of short interest, etc. But if we were to look into the short interest reported on Finviz, for instance, you're looking at 10.41%. Now, that's not usually a recipe for a short squeeze. The current short interest based on, let's say, daily activity, what you're seeing is that it's going around anywhere from 10% to around 20%. So I'm saying probably the actual short flow is somewhere around 10 to 15%, so this one does make sense. Let's move on now towards technical analysis. Now, on the 1 month, 1 day perspective, we do see things that are very interesting. So there's the 10 SMA, which is a 10-day simple moving average, and the 30 EMA right below there, which is the exponential form of that. And that is a bullish thing with the 10 SMA is above the 30 EMA, and the price point is between the two, which is a trading action zone, where most positive reversals occur. The price point is also above the 50 SMA and the 200 SMA, showing a really bullish movement in general. Now on the IDEX, it suggests that there is a potential for a move to kind of be created out of this. In terms of the willing percent R, though, shows that this one is oversold, or at least very close to being that, and the MACD has gone negative. Now usually this is a negative reversal kind of warning, but it more looks like an accumulation at this zone. So we're currently in an accumulation stage as we get to see it. Momentum is negative, again, could be more of an accumulation zone in this case. Stochastic fast and stochastic slow both are showcasing that there might actually be another leg up for this one, and the current Bollinger Bands shows at the top around 330 and it's expected to trade at the bottom around 270. The last time I drew this box plot and I said that I do expect for it to kind of hit back and forth. Now the current resistance on this box plot is around 350, and the current support on there that if it drops below, you gotta be very careful because it can drop fast, is 228. I don't think it's gonna drop below there. Now the current thing that happened here is that you're starting to see more of a drop again, but now you're going towards an accumulation, and hopefully that does bounce back and break that ceiling, and we get to see a little bit of a more bullish zone. Now let's move on a bit towards Fibonacci retracements, and we might ask me, Ed, why do you keep going on with Fibonacci retracements? I'm not obsessed. It's actually something that high frequency traders and algorithms use as a part of identifying supports and resistances that might not actually been tested before, etc. And if you were to look into the Fibonacci retracements, you see that the current resistance is at 317. It does match previous resistance. It's kind of more of a self-fulfilling prophecy because algorithms, etc. use it and they do create these resistances based on these prices. So arm yourself with these ones. The following resistance is at 373, 452, and 553. Current supports is 261, 192, and 80 cents. Now, on the good old way to find resistances and support, you see a very strong support sitting at the 296, below there 288, below there you're looking into 273, you drop down a little bit below to 251, and then 227, and then 196, and then 179, and then down to 154, and then going down to somewhere closer to 120. Significant resistances, what you're seeing is at 310, above there you're looking into 344, above there you're looking into 376, going up to 421, and then going up to 442, and then up to 482, and then up to 506, and then finally to the 533 and to the $6. Comes to the question to Ed, what do you think about this one? Well, Ideanomics, I've been a fan for what they've done in the last at least year. This company was able to pull everything behind. It really surprised a lot of people, especially the people who were attempting to do a pump and dump at the start, and they did successfully pump it. And around here, I do remember some of these people that pumped it were like, I'm surprised this is not back to sub-dollar, or at least 50 cents or 20 cents. And then they start announcing a lot of the things that they are making use of the cash they developed out of that initial run that a lot of people classify pump and dump. And it really surprised people, and it's now a $3 stock versus what it was, a 30 cents or 37 cent stock. So they've done things right. I do see this one to be around at least $5 in the next 2 years again. And I'm not sure exactly in terms of the longer term, but it really looks like this company will probably be able to continuously acquire different companies, acting like holdings that are seeming to be successful, etc., and multiply their market cap multiple times over. It's definitely an interesting thing to see with this company. What do you think about the sticker? Make sure to mention down in the comments below. Share, subscribe, and like, and have a wonderful day. Now, if you made it this far into the video, I do recommend that you go ahead and join our Discord server. There's a lot of amazing folks in here. We do a lot of discussions here into the trading floor throughout the day. A lot of people are in there, and we do ask questions. You can ask me any question you would like on there. We do post research and DDs, and we hold weekly chat sessions. And we also do have a lounge in there. So make sure to actually join that and join the fun there. Have a wonderful day and a good one.